All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Carolina Panthers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now out of the gun. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now open right side. It's Rodgers. A very solid gain of 27.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Detroit! Now it's Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Set! Green, 36! Green, 36! Over!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
First down, Mariota. Flushed it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to drop him for a loss of 4.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing, Mariota. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's gonna...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. K1 Short able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Rudolph. Forced out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other. And this is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And the Panthers coming out now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing is Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They run with Connor. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Here's Connor. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
So back-to-back plays here where he couldn't get anything on the ground. Now you face a 3rd and 10 and assume you're going to try to pass it, right?
I would think so because you've tried to run the ball, and really it doesn't matter who got the ball on the play because there was no space to go. So I think you step back, throw the ball to try and pick up the first down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
No, check. Patriot! Gun!
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes our score 17-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Mariota. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now it's counter. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Counter. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down. That's counter. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. they didn't take advantage of it, that has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Mariota on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Panthers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw Mariota. Smith catches left side. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. A first NFL pick for Terrell Edmunds. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. A final shot before the break. Rudolph toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now it's Barner. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll run it again with Henry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Mariota now. Screen play, Anderson. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Now a first down carry by Jones. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A give to Jones. And he's got room. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now Mariota. Throw left side complete. It's Smith. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and 10. To throw is Mariota. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Mariota. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Mariota. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Terrell Edmonds. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Jones. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Gun!
Rudolph looking to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Being chased out left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Second down, Mariota. Able to get away, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And that'll make it 3rd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
A first down carry for Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They come up in an offset eye. Mariota to throw it. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Cameron Hayward bringing the pressure again, and that is his third sack here tonight. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here's Mariota. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Javon Hargrave in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
Back there in Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Detroit. Leopard. Leopard. Detroit. Detroit. Detroit! Detroit!
Now Rudolph on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way up to the 49. It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 40 yards. The give is to Jones. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All right, now, look at 56.
Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when they're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Past the 20. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Samuels with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Dancing to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Mariota flushed to his right. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken from just outside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Steelers. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Rudolph now to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Knocking it away in coverage, Captain Mutterland. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Rudolph on 3rd down. And he's got Rodgers. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. And they will throw it here with Rudolph. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back to throw Dobbs. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
And sometimes pride wins, doesn't it? Because, yes, they're getting steamrolled here right now. They're down big, and they're going to try a fake field goal against them. Yeah, I'm not supposed to root, but good for them for stopping that one and showing that they haven't given up on this game.
Yeah, I just can't believe, though, that they tried the fake with this wide of a margin up that big. But like you said, kudos to the D.
Yeah, if the blood wasn't bad before,
it is now.
It might have started that way now.
One last shot now for Mariota. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout.